514OnlineMix. What's up, everybody? You're on 514OnlineMix, and you're with your host, Carissella from Montreal. And today we're very, very fortunate because we have a guest all the way from Edmonton, Alberta. All right. She's also a pop artist with soulful vibes to her. Okay. This is really, really cool. I fell in love with her voice. She has a beautiful, beautiful voice, an extremely talented artist, and we're going to dive into that today. How are you? Can you tell everybody who you are and where you're from once again?
Thank you for having me on here. My name is Kit, and I'm from Edmonton, Alberta. I've been doing pop music for a while, so I'm very excited to be here.
We're really excited to have you as well. Thank you, first of all, for doing this interview with us. We're very fortunate to be speaking to you. We have some lyrical breakdowns we're going to do with one of your tracks coming up as well. So I hope you're going to be okay with that. And so let's get into Venom right away. I immediately fell in love with your tracks. Like I said before, your voice is amazing. Did you write the song for Venom?
I wrote it with the girl that produced it, JD Hunt. We wrote it together. I absolutely love how it turned out. Yeah.
It really did something to me. When I was listening to that track, I got shivers because I haven't heard an artist do something like that made me so intrigued. You know, when it comes to Fleetwood Mac or Lady Gaga or Ariel, I forgot her name. Oh my goodness, but she has such a beautiful voice. I'm gonna probably get her voice after, but she sang that song, "Someone Like You." And Adele,
yeah.
Yes, you did like what those artists and those groups did in one song with Venom, right? I was blown away. It was really something I needed, especially in these modern times. It's not a track that you can relate with other tracks. It's really, really different.
Thank you. We wanted to kind of go for like a mix between like alternative pop, definitely something different. We did use a lot of like metaphoric language, stuff like that, but I definitely think it paid off in the end for sure.
Definitely did pay off. We're gonna do, like I said, a lyrical breakdown for just one of your tracks, Venom. You say, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? You say, like Eve in the garden, I tried to stay true, but you had me seduced, and I bit into the fruit. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
Wow. Such powerful words. Can you actually describe what those lyrics are that I just mentioned, and also what Venom is to you?
So I wrote Venom about essentially having a hard time leaving a toxic relationship. It's that push and pull between wanting to be with a person so badly, but yet knowing that it's not the right move to make. It's very heavily on like things like domestic abuse. That's where the video was kind of focused around when we made the music video for it. We also did it in awareness for that kind of stuff as well, because it is very hard to leave a situation like that.
Yes.
And we wanted it to be very pointed that it was not a right thing for her to do, but she's gonna do it anyway. Just kind of like that biblical language, bring it in.
Wow, that is really, really cool. Considering that Venom is poisonous, you made it sound, even though you're creating an awareness, you made it sound so sexy in a mysterious way. And I was like, how does she do that? Like, artists always amaze me, and this is what we're looking for. But how did you tie those two together, especially adding awareness as well? Phenomenal.
Thank you. Really. I've always been a soulful singer. Things like Amy Winehouse, Adele, like you said, very, very prominent in my life. Everything like that, the soulful aspect has always been something that I love. So we kind of wanted to incorporate as many different things as we could in one.
Wow, you really did, and you definitely paid homage to all of them. And when it comes to Amy Winehouse, when she passed away, how did that affect you as an artist?
Honestly, it affected me greatly. She was one of my favorite artists. I still remember the day that it happened. It was very impactful for me. Eventually, I would love to potentially do a cover of one of her songs and maybe release it, see if that's maybe possible in the future. But she was definitely one of my favorite artists because she spoke on what was going through her brain and she just let it all out. And I believe that that's the best way to do it, is to be open and honest as an artist.
Wow. Amazing. And when she passed, it hit a lot of her fans. It just showed the connection she had with her fans as well. I'm going to call them supporters because they really supported her throughout her career, and they also supported her when she was struggling. I don't think she was really persecuted for her struggle. She was basically getting a lot of mail and fan mail basically to help her out. You also speak about basically mental health.
Yes.
Self-development, self-care. Can you go into that actually with us as well?
Yeah. Personally, I've had mental health issues for a big portion of my life. So it's something that's always greatly affected me. One day I want to just bring more awareness that if you need help, go get help. There's always help there. I mean, if you're having issues, even DM me on Instagram and I'll try my best to get back and help you.
That's amazing.
I've just always been that kind of person, and I believe it's something very important. So
wow, shout out to you for doing that. Being an artist is a very stressful career to choose, and there's not a lot of help for artists. So when other artists are creating awareness and basically doing things like that, it's very helpful for the music community.
For sure.
Yes. You even posted something on Facebook. I hope you don't mind if I get into that actually right now. You posted on Facebook, it's all right to have moments where you feel off your game. Sometimes we can even convince ourselves our worth is lower than what it is. The important part is that we pick ourselves back up again. Beautifully said. That was written by UK, and beautifully said. What inspired you to write a post like that?
I've honestly been seeing a lot of people on my Facebook, on my timeline, having like doubts or being a little bit like off their game and a little sad. And honestly, I've been there. I feel like that everyone gets that way, and I just kind of wanted to remind people that it's okay. It's okay to feel bad sometimes. You don't always have to feel on top of the world 24/7, but as long as we can find our ground and get grounded and pick ourselves back up, at the end of the day, that's what's important.
Once again, shout out to you for basically making that clear for other artists. It's really helpful for especially when an artist is already on a successful path, which we're going to get into shortly, and helping others. It just shows how humble you are, and it makes other people want to see you win. So shout out to you.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Thank you. So let's get back into Venom. We're also going to talk about Poison, but let's get back into Venom. You must have been so happy when you got the news that your song landed on a Netflix TV show in France. How did that, how did you react to that, and how did that affect your career?
I was so shocked. Yeah, that's some life-changing news. It's not something that you hear every day. And I feel very grateful and blessed because I've worked very hard to try and get some notoriety with it. And yeah, it's the best feeling in the world.
Amazing. I know you just recently got that news not too long ago as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you able, or not able, but are you able to tell us which show on Netflix is it on?
Unfortunately, I can't at the moment, but I will be having updates. So if anybody is curious, just follow me on any of my socials and you'll see it soon.
All right, definitely will. So you heard that from Kit herself. If you are interested in seeing what show one of her tracks landed on Netflix in France, you definitely want to follow her on social media, and don't forget to check out her Spotify. Oh my goodness. So congratulations once again on that. That's huge. That is huge.
Oh, I definitely didn't expect that when I woke up in the morning.
Awesome. So you're also with Addictive Music Group?
Yes.
That's your record label?
Yes, it is.
So when did that all begin for you?
So it actually started about like 5 or 6 years ago. I actually am redoing a song that I did with them that's actually coming out at the end of the month on the 23rd on Spotify. It's called Gold.
Nice.
And I actually used a beat that my producer, Morgan Matthews, made. And it was like when I first discovered I could kind of write songs and I could be creative and get stuff done. And then fast forward, and then he made the music group, and now we're working together. So all of this because of the internet and a beat that I found. So I feel very fortunate to have the team that I have behind me because they're amazing.
They're truly amazing. Big shout out to Morgan Matthews and Addicted Music Group, and shout out to everything that you guys are doing. You guys are doing phenomenal works. Once again, your voice. When did you start singing? Did you go to vocal lessons? And what are some tips that you basically have to keep your voice sounding the way it does?
So I started singing when I was about 5. I was at a Christmas concert and I decided to take the microphone off the stand. And kind of after that, I just knew it's something that I've always wanted to do. I usually do vocal warm-ups every time. I have taken a little bit of singing lessons, but it is all kind of just my natural tone. I recommend doing like lip trills to kind of get like the to get your to get your everything warmed up. Always for singers, please make sure that you do warm up before you're singing. You don't want to stress out your vocal cords too much. So that's always something that I recommend for people.
Wow, thank you for that. Thank you for that. That's going to be helpful for other artists. Let's get into your song, Poison. What inspired you to make Poison? It seems like poison and venom basically speak a little bit about the deceit. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But what inspired you to make Poison?
So we actually made it as a double. So it was together. So the songs go together. If you watch both of the music videos, they're intertwined.
I know.
So it was kind of like an extension of Venom, and we kind of wanted to go more in depth about, you know, the nitty gritty of like actually getting him gone. So the first song was more based off of being like stuck in a relationship, and Poison was like she finally got time to let him go. So after all that stress and fighting back and forth, she finally found a way to be able to let that go.
Wow, I knew it. You know what? I felt like they were like a correlation with each other, because when Poison finished and you heard Venom at the end, it felt like, even though I knew I was watching a music video, it felt like I was watching a show. It really did. I was like, oh my gosh, what is she going to do next? What is she going to do next? And before we get into your upcoming projects, you released Poison 8 months ago. Did you write that as well, or did you write that with someone else?
I wrote that with JD Hunt again. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. You guys are a great team. Really, you don't only talk to my mind, you talk to my subconscious, and you make me feel like I'm empowered when I'm listening to your music. I think that's very, very interesting in today's world.
Thank you very, very much. That's kind of what we're trying to go for, is to, you know, get that across. For sure.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you know what? Once again, you are from Canada. That means a lot to us Canadians when we see successful Canadian artists doing their thing, especially landing on TV shows like Netflix. It's an inspiration to us all. Do you feel like you are getting the basically the roses from the Canadian fans that you deserve?
Definitely. I love the support. I mean, even when I posted about it, it was overwhelming. The amount of people, my phone actually glitched and like stopped working for a little bit there because it was just too many notifications and people just being so very sweet. From the bottom of my heart, I'm so grateful for everyone that listens and supports me, and it means so much. Without people supporting, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So
That's amazing. Beautifully said. You know, with such great work that you do, you're actually giving back to the people by constantly just being on top of your game, especially as a Canadian artist. I salute you, and I can't wait to follow your career and see what you will become. I can already tell that you put a lot of heart and soul in your music.
Definitely. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you. Now, can you tell us of some upcoming projects that you have in store?
Yeah, so because of live shows going back, I actually currently have a live show here in Edmonton coming up on the 23rd, which is the same date as my new song Gold gets released. So I'm very excited for both of those.
Me too. Me too. I'm looking forward to that. I'm also looking forward to seeing what show your song Venom will be on. Once again, congratulations to you for doing that. It's really an honor to be speaking with you today, from a fan to a wonderful artist like you. Please do not stop. You are going to be going places, and we can already see you're already at some of those places already. So big shout out to you also for basically doing things, like I said, out of your heart and creating awareness for domestic abuse and mental health awareness. Will we be seeing more of basically more self-care tips and more self-development tips from you in your future?
Definitely. That's something that I definitely want to keep an eye on. That's something that I want to keep going with because I do believe in it very firmly. It's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to really pursue singing as a career, because it can be very beneficial. And if I accomplish my goals, I actually want to start like my own type of foundation to help fund people to get mental health care, especially when I know that in Canada and the States, certain things can be privatized. Mm-hmm. So it does become quite expensive for people to be able to afford it. So if one day I can eventually alleviate some of the burden for people, I mean, I'm going to be quite honest. I'm a very simple person in terms of living. I don't really want that much out of life except to do what brings me joy and happiness, like for a living, and hopefully one day help people out with that. So that's the end goal for sure.
Wow. Once again, it's not only your music that gives me shivers, it's the words that you choose. We have Kit with us on 514OnlineMix from Addictive Music Group. Thank you so much for being here and doing this interview with us. It was such a pleasure.
Well, thank you so much for having me. And yeah, I hope everybody has a lovely day.
Thank you as well. And once again, can you tell everybody where they can find you on social medias?
So you can find me on social media. For Instagram is K_I_T official. If you go on Spotify, it's KIT, all capitals with spaces. Also on the Spotify, any other things like Twitter and Facebook will be linked on there in my bio as well.
Thank you once again for being here. Kit, it was such a pleasure. Once again, can't wait to hear more future projects from you.
Thank you.
And have a great day. Peace.
You too.
You know who it is. 514 online mix, Crystal Love.